introduce to you, all of you, our first speaker. So our first speaker is a very beautiful young lady who is very experienced in stock market, and she is also the author of the best-selling book with the title How to Become a Thai Baht Millionaire Before Graduate. So let's welcome our first speaker, Nani. Give a big applause to her.
Hi everyone, Sawadee ka. My name is Nani and I'm from Thailand. I'm currently a year 2 student, majoring in economics and finance. And my story today is going to be about how I go from being a first year student to an author of an investment related published book. So my story started in 2012 when I took a gap year right after my A-level. I went around ASEAN countries, traveling and trying to find my passion, what I want to do in life, and what shall be my future career. I started investing since I'm 17 years old, but I did it by trial and error. So during the gap year, I decided that it's time for me to get a proper education on this. So I attended a few seminars on money management and investment. And then I went on to start a small tuition center with my friend, and this is my first batch of students. I also went around Thailand volunteering, building classrooms for students. Basically, I did everything to find my passion. I was free, I was happy. And I was even happier when I get the offer from HKUST. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I can now learn about economic theories and apply it to improve myself as an investor. I can now learn about building business and managing my tuition center better. And so, after 1 month in school, I was like, oh shit. This is not what I thought it would be, man. I was really disappointed, and I was like, welcome to high school again, where we memorize stuff we don't use, and then we go to exams and just pour it all out. So I was really depressed, I was disappointed, and I felt trapped. I felt like I'm in a cycle of studying and working, and this won't end soon. And when I look around, I feel that most of the people I know are stuck in this cycle as well. And I later on call it the 57-year cycle in my book. Because right after we are born, we are only free and happy and have people cleaning after us, only until we are 3 years old, right? But after that, we enter schools, and we study, then we graduate, and we work until 60 years old, and then retire. But, some people nowadays can't even retire when they are 60, because they don't plan early, so they retire at 65 and 70, which is even sadder. So like Scarlett said last year in Y Talk, we need to study so that we can get into good schools and unis. And I used to study really hard as well. This is my bedroom in high school the night before exam. You can see how hardworking I am. And yeah, I told myself, even though I hate school, I told myself, okay, let's just study hard, get this over and done with, so that I can move on to the working world and be happy. But trust me, I interned at 4 companies, all of which are investment related and all of which I'm really passionate in. But the lifestyle is just sad again. I need to wake up so early, earlier than 10:30 class in HKUST, which I already am late for. Then I need to be squeezed in the MTR like a tuna fish and work my ass off until 6 p.m. or even later. And let's face it, even though in the working life, we can take a few day holidays to go and have fun with friends or to go travel around. But after a few days or a few weeks, we need to go back to this thing again. And we are gonna be stuck with this until we are 60 years old. And I'm so scared that one day, I'll wake up being a fat auntie, 60 years old, and ask myself, oh man, what the hell have I done with my life? Is this all that life is about? Technical problem, I shouldn't have shown that. Anyway, so I decided, okay, now I have a new life purpose. I want to write a book to share about the 57-year cycle, to free the Thai teenagers and even Thai working adults who read my book from being slave of capitalism. Okay, I'm not a communist, okay, I'm neutral. But, yeah, so I decided, okay, since I have skipped a lot of classes, so going to class now is not gonna help. So I decided to focus all my time and skip all my classes and then write this book. And so I did. And I finished the book in 1.5 months. My book is about the 57-year cycle, the easy steps you're gonna plan to break it, basic money management, investment management, and baby stock picking strategies. And since I made my first million baht during the second semester of year 1, my publisher and I decided to call this book How to Become a Thai Baht Millionaire Before You Graduate. So many of you guys would ask the same thing when my friends ask me, how the hell did you get a book published? I mean, isn't it going to cost a lot? And of course, yes, it costs a lot, but I didn't pay for it, of course, because I'm stingy. So basically, what you need to do is find a sponsor. So what I do was, halfway through writing the book, I start searching through the internet for potential publishing companies. And I found one which perfectly suited my book genre, which is about self-improvement and investment. And I emailed the CEO directly asking, can you please publish my book for free? And amazingly, he said yes. So what I learned from this is, just be thick-skinned. Because when you dare to ask, most of the time, people will dare to give it to you too. And even though they're not willing to give it to you, you have nothing to lose. So many of you guys might continue to be wondering, what was I thinking? Being a year 1 student, trying to teach people how to manage their money. Or what was I thinking when I emailed the CEO of this company directly? My answer would be, I didn't think, because if I think, I wouldn't have done it. All of us, I believe, we have great ideas, we have legendary ideas behind our head, but we tend to overthink it. And by overthinking, the fear of failures, the fear of potential risk, will result in we never starting anything. Okay, now you guys will be asking, why do I put the Facebook logo there? To show you how powerful Mark Zuckerberg is. Because, how did I find the CEO's email? I stalked him on Facebook. And the thing is, I even found his wife. And I was so passionate and driven about my book that when he took more than 1 week to reply my email, I was going to my Facebook message his wife asking, what is your husband doing? Why is he not replying? But luckily he replied first and I didn't have to do that. So anyway, after publishing the book, the results that followed was quite unexpected. It became a bestseller. It went up the top selling shelf in a few days. Actually, it went on the top selling shelf, today, last year, 29th April. Like an anniversary. Thank you. And companies starting to hire me to go give talk to their employees' children about money management. And they paid me some amount. And after that, uni student societies and high school student societies also invite me to go. But this time I did it for free. So my friends start asking me, won't you be richer if you stay home and invest? Why the hell would you go around and give free talks? Isn't that a waste of time? But the funny thing is, I learned that the more I give, the more I get. The more I share, the better I became as an investor. And I was forced to be more creative too, because when I start talking about stocks, half of the room will already be sleeping or playing with tablets. So when people ask me, Nani, how do you choose your stock? I would say, choose the stocks just like how girls choose their boyfriend. Now you want to be falling asleep, right? So basically, you want a boyfriend that's good looking, so companies with handsome profit. You want someone with high cash and low debt, right? To be happy. And you want someone who is ambitious to grow as a person or as a company. And I even categorized 6 types of stocks into 6 types of boyfriend that you can date. For example, buying shares of a large company would be like dating an older and working guy with stable income because he can somewhat pay you dividends to cover your expenses. And the risk is quite low, and anyway, the thing about large company is they are stable but boring. So if you are young, you have done enough research, and you're ready for the excitement, you can go on and date a playboy, which is turnaround stock, high risk, high return. We hope that they'll change into a better person, and of course, we hope for fundamental change, and then we'll get a big, handsome return. Okay, I should move on before this becomes a financial lecture. Anyway, after giving a few talks, I got an unexpected call. It was the Stock Exchange of Thailand, and they called me and said, "Hey Nani, we heard about you and your boyfriends." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And they asked me, "Are you free to fly? Because we need a speaker to go to a different province to give talk to university students there. Can you do it?" Then I said, "Yeah, of course, if you pay for my plane ticket." And so they did, and I went. And let me show you what I get after giving my time and effort. "ใครๆต่างคิดว่าฉันยังเห็นโลกไม่มากพอถามว่าเร็วไปไหมสำหรับการลงทุนในวัยนี้สำหรับฉันการลงทุนก็เหมือนชีวิตที่ต้องเรียนรู้เพียงคลิกแรกในวันนั้นได้พลิกฝันให้ฉันพบความอิสระก่อนใคร" Thank you. Thank you. So basically what I get after giving a few talks is that the Stock Exchange of Thailand invited me to become the brand ambassador of their online investing campaign this year. And I felt really lucky because if I didn't write a book, if I didn't share my idea and go around giving talk to the Thai communities, the stock exchange would never have spotted me or get to know me. So my lesson from this is, the more you give, the more you get. And if you want to be lucky, just help others, because by helping others, luck will always be on your side. Trust me on this. So before I end off, I would like to say that the best time to start planning your life and your personal finances, of course, is when you guys are 16 or 17 years old. But guess what? The second best time is today. So I hope today I have done my part by sharing some of the ideas. And I hope that you guys can do the same by going back and thinking, how can you become more thick-skinned? How can you start giving more? And how can we all start to live a happier and more meaningful life? Thank you and ขอบคุณค่ะ